What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Educated Barfly. Today I am going to make a one-off punch for you. There have been a lot of people who have been asking me to do a punch episode, and I will be gearing up to do a proper punch where we batch out a large quantity of punch. I show you how to make the oleosaccharum, which is the kind of historic base that punch is made from. But for right now, you can also do some punch recipes just as one-off cocktails, and that's what we're gonna do. This cocktail was first published by Jerry Thomas in the Bon Vivant Guide, or How to Mix Drinks, in 1862. And that being said, this also kind of brings me to another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, which is reconstructing old recipes into sort of better cocktails, because we now have some new, more modern ingredients. So originally this cocktail was a cognac sour, all right, with a little bit of vanilla extract in it, just like a teaspoon of vanilla extract. But nowadays we have this liqueur called Licor 43, which is a very vanilla forward liqueur. Apparently the company says this comes from an old Roman recipe, from like an ancient Roman recipe, but it came to popularity and in its original, in this form, in the 1950s. So let's get into the cocktail. I'll show you how to make it. Very simple cocktail. First thing we're gonna do is 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And 3/4 of an ounce. I usually pre-open that, but I guess I didn't today. Of Licor 43, so 3/4 Licor 43. And let's hope I don't botch this, because all I have is exactly the amount that I need for this cocktail in this bottle. And then we can say bye-bye to our Pierre Ferrand cognac bottle. 1.5 ounces of Pierre Ferrand cognac. Oh, right to the line. The exact amount. Now, this is a crushed ice cocktail, so it calls for a whip shake, which I don't think I've definitely done it, but I haven't described what it is. A whip shake is basically adding dilution to something that's going to sit in crushed ice. You want to add a little bit of dilution to open up the cocktail, as we do with all cocktails, but you don't want to add a lot, because it's going to be sitting in crushed ice and it's going to get its dilution from that crushed ice. So we are going to just add a few nuggets of crushed ice, and we are going to lock our tins, and we're just going to do a light shake. And you basically can shake it if you want till all of that ice is completely gone. You just do not a very big hard shake like you would with a normal cocktail, but the whip shake, you just shake it until those little bits of ice are completely diluted, and then you just dump it into your glass, and you have the right amount of dilution, because now we're going to pack the cocktail in crushed ice. And as you drink, that's where it's going to get a dilution. So you just want enough of that nugget ice to bring it down to temperature and give it the dilution it needs. But then we're just going to really pack it in ice. And if you make a mess, it doesn't really matter. Then we're just going to add a little orange slice that I've cut for a garnish, and a Luxardo Cherry. And when you do that Luxardo Cherry, I like to hold it on the side and make sure that the syrup runs off, because you do not want the syrup in the cocktail. You want this to look clean and nice. And today I'm using my Barfly bar spoon. So Barfly mixology gear, which is the shakers and strainers that I've been using, and our really good quality sent me this nice spoon with a Barfly right on the end of it, which I love. I just think it's kismet. They're named Barfly, I'm named Barfly. It's a match made in heaven. And there you have it. Jerry Thomas, well, a reconstruction of Jerry Thomas's vanilla punch. Now, let's taste the cocktail. But I forgot a straw, so I'm gonna go in this cabinet here. I'm gonna pull out a straw to taste it, because you cannot do a crushed ice cocktail without a straw. So, I know you guys love it when I forget things. Here's my straw. Stick it in there. We're going to give it a taste. So what's great about this cocktail is that it doesn't actually have simple syrup in it. It is getting its sweetness from the Licor 43, but the Licor 43 is also its vanilla content. So it's balancing out, the vanilla is balancing out the lemon juice. And then the cognac obviously is gonna add a little sweetness to it. You get the cognac right on the front of it. You've got the vanilla right on the back end of it. Super balanced, well done cocktail. I love it. There you go, vanilla punch.